Full body tracking is one of the best ways to make VR feel immersive. Moving your whole body around in VRChat, that's what makes you feel like you're really in the virtual world. But here's the thing, full body tracking can get really expensive with all the trackers, dongles, and accessories. So when Uni-Motion reached out and offered me a chance to try out their full body trackers, I said of course I would love to try it out. Even though they sent me this set for free, that won't affect my opinion. I'm still going to give my honest thoughts on these and both the good and the bad and whether I think they're worth buying. Alright, let's go over the details of the trackers real quick. These trackers use AA batteries and the company claims they can last up to 24 hours, which is actually pretty solid compared to most other trackers. I like that you can hot swap the battery, which means that you can extend your playtime even longer. And if you use rechargeable AA's, you got a low cost and easily replaceable batteries. I think it's a really nice feature that other trackers don't have. In terms of weight, these are only 15 grams without the battery. When I first took them out the box, I was surprised by how light they were. Even with the batteries inside, they're still lighter than other trackers I've used. The straps that they come with are also very lightweight, which makes this entire set super portable. You can just toss them in your bag and go. Now for the price. The core set, which comes with 5 trackers, costs $230 and the full set with 6 trackers costs around $268 and these prices exclude shipping. I have the full set, but the experience and performance shouldn't be that much different between the two. To use these in VR, you will need Uni-Studio. It's a software that runs the trackers. The interface is quite simple and easy to use, but it still gives you plenty of options to fine-tune your settings. They have a detailed setup on their website that was a bit outdated since it shows an older version of the software, but the steps still apply to the latest version. There are some things you have to do for initial setup, so I really recommend reading the guide on the initial setup before jumping into VRChat to save yourself from the headaches. For VRChat FPT, these are the recommended settings. So how well do these actually perform? Honestly, they're okay for the price. These aren't as precise as lighthouse-based trackers like the Vive trackers or Tundra trackers, and that's expected since those are like double the price. Since these are IMU trackers, the performance is more comparable to Slime VR or Heritora X. Like any IMU tracker, these aren't 100% accurate and will drift over time. This is the nature of IMU trackers, so if you're expecting perfect accuracy, these won't deliver that. But the good news is that after the initial setup, getting these to work in VRChat is really easy. After a quick calibration, everything will line up correctly and you can hit the calibrate FPT button just like normal in VRChat. One feature I really like is the ability to recalibrate quickly inside VR. Just enable the feature in Uni-Studio and when you're in VR, simply press the trigger 5 times and the calibration prompt will appear. I did notice some jitter in my avatar's movement. It's not terrible, but it's still noticeable. But VRChat does move out the movement a bit from others' POV. Also, sometimes my leg didn't feel aligned with my real legs, but you can use the recalibrate shortcut to quickly fix it. Overall, while these aren't perfect, they still get the job done, but I think the most important thing was that they still provide me with an enjoyable experience using them. I didn't run into any deal-breaking issues that made me want to stop using them. One thing I really appreciate was how Uni-Studio doesn't require SteamVR restart if the software crashes or has issues. If you're a SteamVR user, then you know how frustrating it is to restart SteamVR. That silent moment when you're standing in the black void waiting for SteamVR to restart because you're too lazy to take off the headset? Yeah, not very fun. But if Uni-Studio crashes, you can just reopen it without restarting SteamVR. And honestly, that's a huge relief when I found out you can do that. So who should buy the Uni-Motion trackers? These are one of the more affordable IMU tracking options, making them a great entry point for anyone looking to get into FPT without spending a ton of money on a lighthouse setup. If you already have a lighthouse setup at home but want a portable FPT setup, this is also a great option. The ability to quickly calibrate and jump into VR makes this very good for travel. Overall, I think the pricing on these is very competitive when compared to other IMU trackers options out there. Even though the performance isn't as good as lighthouse trackers, they still offer an enjoyable experience. I feel like I could use these without wanting to yank my hair out. The ability to quickly recalibrate the trackers inside VR helps alleviate the hassle of having to recalibrate after some time. After using these trackers for a while, it's kinda like a Steam Deck. People buy buy the Steam Deck not to replace their PC at home, but as an add-on to it, something they can bring anywhere they want while still having a somewhat similar experience to what they have at home, and these trackers are very similar in that regard. While they don't perform as well as Lighthouse trackers, the ability to bring them anywhere and have full body tracking has some novelty to it. So should you get these trackers? Well, that depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for some cheap full body trackers and are okay with some of the drawbacks they have, then I think you will be able to get an enjoyable experience out of these just like I did. Or if you already have a Lighthouse setup but still want to have FPT on the go, this would be a good pick since they're very portable and can get working very fast. But if you're a dancer or someone that requires precise tracking, I don't think this product is for you. The Lighthouse tracker would be a better fit. Anyways, that's it for the review. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.